Hey guys, what's up? This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Man 21 here, and I've got a deck profile for you. This is a deck that I'm going to be playing fairly soon. I have it completely built. I just wanted to show you guys so you could see it, tell me what you think, that kind of thing. It's complete. The extra deck just to me seems kind of weird, but I mean, I have the cards that I know are necessary, so the other ones are just kind of whatever. So if you haven't read the description yet, or the title, this is a Gravekeeper's deck profile. This is my build currently. I don't think there's too much that I would change, and there is one thing, but I'll get into that after I go through everything. So let's go ahead and get this started. We'll start off with the monsters. We have 3 Gravekeeper Spy. I have horrible camera glare. I'm gonna try and do this. Let's try and change this angling here. Try and get this here. See if we could. That didn't help much, but you get the point. 3 Gravekeeper Spy. We'll go ahead and we'll do it like that so you can see. So 3 Gravekeeper Spy. Then we play 3 Gravekeeper's Commandant. I'll just kind of tilt them up so you guys can see them, and the glare isn't horrible. 3 Gravekeeper's Recruiter, which is an excellent card, a very important engine to the deck. Then we have 2 Gravekeeper's Descendant, also very important. And you pop those recruiters, and then you get additions that way. Then we run 2 Gravekeeper's Heretic. This is a great card. I've seen a lot of people play 1. I think with how great of a card it is, it should be played at 2. I can't remember if I'm side decking 1 or not. No, I'm not side decking any of them. Then we have 2 Gravekeeper's Assailant. This is great for stuff like Evil Swarm matchups. You know, you attack, turn into defense, that kind of stuff. Then we have Gravekeeper's Ambusher, which is for your Necro Valley revivals. We play 2 of those. Just in case all 3 Necro Valleys happen to go to the grave, you have something to bring it back with. Then let's move on to the spell lineup here. We of course have to play our 3 Necro Valleys. It's required. Well, it's not required, but you should play it if you're playing Gravekeepers. We have 3 Mystical Space Typhoons, which is great for this format with all the back row. Then we have 3 Pot Dualities, which is great for this deck because the deck doesn't do a whole lot of special summoning. It's some special summoning, but not as much as people would think. Then we run 2 Gravekeeper Stel, which is a great card, but I think running 3 kind of gets cloggy. So playing the 2 is perfect. It's a standard spell lineup almost for Gravekeepers, because we also have our Royal Tribute in there, which is limited to 1, so you can only play 1. And then our last spell card is, of course, a nice Dark Hole. Why not? You know, got to play Dark Hole in your deck. You don't have to, but I like to. Now let's move on to the trap lineup. Trap lineup for me is usually one of the most important parts of my deck, but I guess we'll just go with this. We have 2 Rite of Spirit. Sorry if my stomach is growling and you guys could hear that. 2 Rite of Spirit. Then we play 2 Trap Stun. I don't like to play Trap Stun that much, but I figured for this deck, why not? 2 Vanity's Emptiness. Like I said, there isn't a lot of special summoning in this deck, so it's okay to play stuff like Vanity's Emptiness. Then this one might surprise people. I only play 1 Imperial Tombs and Necro Valley. Only 1. I don't feel the need to run 2 or 3. Just out of personal preference, I wouldn't run 3. The most I would do is take out a Trap Stun and toss it in a Solemn Warning or something like that. That's probably the most I would do for the trap lineup change. 1 Compulse, 1 Bottomless, and 1 Torrential. And that's our traps. There was one thing that I was going to say I was going to change, but I can't remember what it was. But that's okay. The deck, the lineup, the way I have it right now, I think is fairly decent. So let's go on to the extra deck. We do have rank 3s in the form of Gravekeeper's Recruiter. So he is level 3. So we do run, let's see, 1, 2, 3 rank 3s, and that is our Tempo, Leviathan, and Giga Brilliant. Those are the 3. Oh, yeah, I'm forgetting one card in there. That's fine though. I should probably swap the Giga Brilliant out for a Levier, but I'm not gonna worry about that. That's no big worry in my opinion. So that is rank 3 Xyz. Now let's get into our rank 4s. We have a number 50 Black Ship of Corn, Maestro, the Symphony de Jin, excuse me. We have a Photon Pappler Operative, a Diamond Direwolf. Then we play 2 Gaga Cowboys, not 1, 2, just in case we want to open up with something, you know, to get rid of our opponent's Fiendish Chains or Effect Veilers, that kind of thing. Then we have an Abyss Dweller for those nasty Mermail matchups. This card is going up in price. This card is running about $20 now, which is nice to always have. I pulled it in an Abyss Rising pack out of a tin, which is always cool. We have a Steel Swarm Roach for Heretics, that kind of thing. Cyber Dragons, because they are starting to become relevant again. Then we run 2 Key Beetles for those Key Beetle locks with this deck. Then we run 1 Ouroboros, and finally, this card, which is worth a lot of money that I found out. I found out it was worth more than I thought it was. That is our 101. And I pulled this in parallel or ultimate, whatever you guys want to call it. I call it a parallel rare. But I pulled that at a regional the other day, the Hartford Regional, which I stayed for a total of 3 rounds because not only did I do bad, but there was some weather conditions where it did start to snow, and I felt that it would be better if I didn't stick around in those conditions, and I decided that I should probably ditch the place and just go and be safe instead of having to deal with the weather. So I played Evil Swarms, which was a bad decision. I got there 15 minutes after sign up, so I already started out X and 1, and then second round I started off at loser's table, and I played against Evil Swarms, which was a mirror matchup. So I barely lost that because he got out. I don't know where I have it. Oh yeah, now I know where I have it. He got out this card right here. Let me just pull it out of here to show you guys. I can't remember its name for the life of me. He got out a Fossil Dyna. And then from there, I was basically, I was screwed from that point because I couldn't play anything out that I wanted to for my Evil Swarms. And then third round was Constellars, which I almost beat. I barely lost. I lost game 1, I won game 2, and then game 3, he had like 1,700 life points left. And I almost pushed for game, but he dropped Honest. And then I lost against Honest, but that's okay. Let me go into the, I just went off on a whole rant there about a regional. Let me go into a extra deck that I'm running. This is what I'm thinking about. It's pretty close to my Evil Swarm one, except without certain things, because of how Evil Swarms play. So this is the Gravekeeper side deck. 1 Mystic Tomato. The third Rite of Spirit, just in case my opponent is playing stuff that blows my field up a lot for monsters. 2 Imperial Iron Wall. This is for Boojins, anything that removes stuff from play. Light Imprisoning Mirror. This is the reason I won that game 2 against Constellars, because of Light Imprisoning. He couldn't use his light effects at that point. Anti-Spell Fragrance for spellbooks, which obviously I didn't play. The Emperor's Holiday, which is for, oh shoot, what are the names? Noble Knights. Noble Knights are probably not as popular, so that I could probably pull out for something. I play 1 Shadow Imprisoning, strictly because I am running Gravekeepers and they are dark, so I don't want to have them get all screwed over there. Our 1 Dimensional Fissure for a variety of decks, just about anything. System Down, which is for our Girgia, Karakuri, that kind of thing, even Cyber Dragons. 1 Kaiser Coliseum, because this card isn't a lot of special summoning. If you run this card, it's actually a fairly good card to run, especially if your opponent special summons a lot. Then we have one Hidden Temples of Necro Valley, which is actually a fairly decent card. It's like a Vanity's Emptiness, except you can special summon Gravekeepers. That's the cool part. I'm thinking about maybe pulling Vanity's Emptiness out and putting Vanity's Emptiness in the side deck and putting 2 of these into the main deck, just to see how it plays. But that is the Gravekeeper deck profile. I hope you guys like that. You can, use it. Try it on Dueling Network, make it at home, try it on Dev Pro, whatever you want. That's up to you. And I think that's about it. If you guys could like this video and subscribe, that would be great. And I will see you all next time.